Morning everybody, it's Alex again. I'm just covering for Shaki Badar and Joe whilst they're on holiday and on retreat. So today we're going to be looking at the giving and receiving meditation. So we'll just wait a few minutes whilst people arrive. And at this moment I'm just having a nice cup of tea and just preparing myself for the meditation. So good morning. Today we're going to be doing the giving and receiving meditation. And I suppose you could look at it as it's not us that's giving and it's not, it is us that's receiving, but it's not us that's giving. We're not creating something to put out into the world. We're channeling it. We're kind of opening our heart. So it's all about having a really open heart. So if you could kind of think of an inspiring person for you, could be fictional, could be real life. Good morning, Lynn. So it could be a fictional or real life person. You know, you could even imagine what the Buddha was like. Good morning, Ian. I would imagine that, you know, sort of the Buddha was a very kind person, that he was very compassionate and very caring. So you could do the same, is pick out somebody who inspires you, somebody who's kind, and think of the qualities. Good morning, Sagrabala. And Sagrabala saying, good morning, fellow meditators. Morning, James. So back to our inspirational person, we can think of the qualities that they have. And they'd probably be kind, they'd probably be generous, they'd probably be very compassionate. And these are the qualities that we're looking at receiving and giving out to the world and to the people that we know. Good morning, Helen. And Helen's saying she hopes everyone is good today. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes to allow other people to arrive. And I've just been talking about people who inspire us, whether they're family, celebrities, fictional characters, and the good qualities, thinking of somebody who's good and kind, who inspires us. It could be somebody like, I don't know, Mother Teresa, the Dalai Lama, Florence Nightingale, Winnie the Pooh. You know, all these people have got big hearts. They've got compassion, they've got big hearts. Good morning, Rose. And that is the sort of person you'd like to be around. Somebody who's nourishing, somebody who's supportive and positive. And they've sometimes got a quality, an aura about them. And you can kind of look at them and think, wow, they've got something. So yeah, that's kind of what we're focusing on today. It's kind of receiving those qualities, but also it's then, once we've received them and they've nourished us, it's giving them back to the world. It's not, you know, sort of grasping onto them or holding on to them. It's giving them back to the world and giving them to other people who might also need them, or who do also need them. So you could imagine it like sharing a big party cake. You know, you take a slice yourself and then you hand it around to your friends. You don't just keep the whole cake to yourself. So yeah, I would say we'll give it another 1 to 2 minutes. I don't know, I mean, we've got a mixture of people here. We've got some real seasoned meditators, and we've got some who are newish to meditating. So I don't know if you've got your own meditation space set up, but you know, it's good to have a little meditation space that just reminds you each time you see it and you think, oh yeah. And it can be very simple. It doesn't need a Buddha figure or anything. It can just have flowers and a candle, maybe some seashells, something pretty, something beautiful, something inspiring to you. It could even have, you know, favourite texts or poetry on it, or artwork. Just making a beautiful space where you can sit down and have a little bit of time to yourself in meditation. And when you're setting it up, it's good if you possibly can to set it up permanently, but life being as it is, I know for a long time I didn't have a permanent place because I'd got small children running around. So, you know, you just have to be creative. But yeah, allow a little bit of space for you. You're probably very busy and you probably do lots of things for other people, and you work for other people and you give service to other people. So, you know, why shouldn't you have a little space for yourself to have that quiet space, that little safe space. So, good morning, Jenny, and good morning, Stuart. So, I think most of us have arrived now, so I'll just have another quick sip of tea and then we'll begin. So this is the giving and receiving practice. So at first we're going to settle in and we'll do a bit of connection with our body, and then we'll pull on the love and kindness that's in the universe. Good morning, Sangaketu. We'll pull on the loving kindness that's out there in the universe. Remember, we're not creating this, we're just receiving it. We're just taking it in to nourish ourselves and heal ourselves. And then in the next stage, we'll pass it on to those who need it, people that we know who are struggling, who may be ill, having a difficult time, or maybe not even having a difficult time, maybe just people that you love. And we're passing this out. And it's a bit like the final stage in the loving kindness, where we gently spread it out to the rest of the world, to, you know, to the people that live around us, the people that we'll see in everyday contact, and then further and beyond. So first of all, get yourself settled in a comfortable meditation posture. So that could be sitting on a chair, sitting on your cushions, lying down on the floor, or sitting lying on a bed, as long as you're comfortable and your spine is well supported and your head is well supported, if you're lying down or on a bed, so that you don't get neck ache. And we're going to have a quick check, make sure you've got everything you need, blankets, and just get yourself prepared with the intention to come to this meditation. So we can start by taking a few deep breaths, just to bring ourselves back into our body. And if you want, you can close your eyes and, you know, just keep your head up in a steady posture forward. If you don't like to close your eyes, that's also absolutely fine. Just maybe fix your gaze on something, maybe a spot on the floor, something lower down, and just keep your gaze at that. And also, when you're meditating, it's okay to open your eyes at any time that you want. That's not a problem. So, settling into the body. So first of all, we can start by asking, how am I today? What's going on for me today? How am I feeling? What's the emotional weather like? Is it sunny? Is it a little bit cloudy? It might be stormy. It might be neutral. You might just have, you know, a neutral landscape where you're okay. And being okay is good enough. So now we'll just check in with our body. We're checking a quick head, shoulders, knees and toes. So starting with the head and the shoulders, make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed and they're not scrunched up around your ears. You know, if there is a lot of tension in your shoulders, you could just Shake your arms by your side, shake that tension out, give your shoulders a bit of a roll, put your hands back on your lap and just let them settle. Then we go up to the face. Just check that your eyes are soft. If your eyes feel a little bit tight, you can either open them wide and close them again or scrunch them up. Making sure that your jaw is soft, that you're not holding any tension in your jaw, that your tongue is at the top of your mouth and that your mouth is slightly loose and relaxed. You could have your lips a little bit apart. And if you want to, you can even have a small smile on your face. And then we can imagine the top of our scalp. And you can imagine a golden thread rising from the centre of the crown of our head. And that's just supporting us and holding us upwards. Just keeping us nice and straight. So back down to the shoulders. Make sure there's no tension rising. And to your chest. To your heart area. Just try and see if you can open that heart a little bit. And then to your back, make sure that your back's relaxed, that you're not slumped forwards, or that you're not sat too upright. Either of these will give you backache. And then down to your abdomen and your stomach. Nobody's cameras are on, nobody can see you. So you can just relax, you can let it all hang out. Just soften that stomach. And then down to the legs, to your thighs, to your calves, and to your feet. Just letting go of any tension there. And then we can focus on our connections to the soles of our feet on the floor, to our sitting bones on the chair, to our spine and our back at the back of the chair, or on the floor or on the bed. Or if you're sitting on cushions, it might be your knees and the fronts of your calves, your shins that are making contact with the ground. And just know that the ground is there to support you. You could almost imagine like you're a big mountain and we can only see the top half. And the bottom half is our stable base. It's rooting us to the ground. We're safe and we're sturdy. So when you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths again. Then you can start to think of all the loving kindness that's out there in the universe. People are meditating all the time. Not only do we give out love and kindness, we can receive it as well. People are out there meditating for us too. And sometimes we forget this. So we focus on the out breath and just relax. With each out breath, just let go. We're not doing any counting or anything like that. We're just on the out breath, letting go and just relaxing into the meditation. And each time we breathe out, we relax a little bit more. And the universe is a benevolent universe. It's very kind. And you could say that in our basement we have a long table of kings, queens, magicians, people who are cheering us on and wishing us well. But they've been forgotten by time and they're sleepy and they're dusty. So when we sit down to meditate, They wake up with interest and they wonder, oh, what's happening? And they realise that this person is meditating, we're opening up to the universe. And they're really pleased and they cheer us on. It's a noble quest, it's something that's worthwhile. So all our inner magicians, all our inner kings and queens, they're championing us on. So again, relaxing with the out breath. Just letting go. Nothing forced. Everything's just a natural flow. There's nothing but change. Each breath is different. Welcome it and let it go. So now we've relaxed into the meditation, we can focus on taking in the loving kindness that's out there in the universe. Breathing it in. Imagine it comes in through the nostrils, through the mouth. Feel that breath. It comes all the way down through your chest, your heart center, into your stomach, into your abdomen, and maybe even lower to your lower chakras. And take in that breath and welcome it. It's nourishing, it's light, it's bright, and it's healing. So we're taking in the light, bright, loving kindness. It's spacious, it's generous. You could imagine it as a fresh spring breeze or a sea breeze, something that restores and replenishes us. You can imagine how it feels. We're taking it in and it's restoring us. It's restoring all those doubts, all those wounds, all those bits of us that hurt or don't feel good enough. We are good enough. And breathing in the loving kindness, taking it in and allowing it to inspire us and nourish us. And maybe you can feel that effect. Maybe you can feel that restorative breath in your chest, in your shoulders, in your stomach. It's like sitting on a beautiful bright spring day with cool restorative breath and a gentle sunshine just shining down on you. All those past hurts and those preconceptions we've got about ourselves, just let them go. Let the loving kindness do its work. Love is a restorative medicine. We'll just sit for a little while and just sit with the fruits of that and see how it feels in our body. Can we feel the sensations? Do we feel warm, cool? How am I feeling now? Am I feeling relaxed? So we're taking in that loving kindness that's in the universe. It's channeling into us. It's opening our heart up. It's relaxing and replenishing us. And we don't have to force it or do anything. It just happens naturally. It just comes in with the breath. And then it leaves with the breath. And now we can take a deep breath and let it go. That loving kindness has restored us, it's nourished us. Now we can pass it on to those that we know and we love and we care about, that maybe is having a hard time. We can just imagine breathing out that loving kindness in their direction. We can pass it on to friends, to family, even to animals, to our pets, to the wildlife out there, to all of nature. We're breathing out loving kindness, and we're spreading it out there into the world. And we can imagine this loving kindness. We can imagine it going to our friends, not our loved ones. And can we imagine it healing them? And they're taking what they need from it. And they are breathing in the loving kindness. And it's healing them, it's inspiring them, it's nourishing them. And we can think kindly about them. And maybe you can feel your heart space open a little bit more. We're just channeling the loving kindness. The universe is giving it to us. And we're passing it on to our friends. We're passing it on to our loved ones. Not only do we want to be well and happy, we want our friends to be well and happy as well. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to see our friends suffer. So by channeling that loving kindness, taking it in, breathing it in, it heals us, and then we pass it on. It can't run out, it can't be worn out, there's no need for us to hold on to it. We pass it on, and then they can pass it on. And it goes on forever. It's infinite. It's infinite and spacious. If you get a little bit lost in this or you've drifted away, just bring it back to yourself, bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to breathing in the loving kindness, feeling the breath go all the way down from your nostrils or your mouth, all the way down past your heart center, down to your stomach, your abdomen, and below. And then we're letting that go again. We're letting it do its restorative power, and then we're letting it back out again. And we're aiming it in the direction of friends, loved ones, animals, colleagues, nature. Or maybe even people that we don't know too well, but we know they're suffering. It might be a neighbour, might be somebody who lives locally. Maybe we just see them and we can see that they're struggling. You could even see breathing out this loving kindness, like breathing out sunshine, breathing out kindness, love, compassion, caring, concern. We want them to be well and happy, and we also want to be well and happy. We all want to progress. Now we're focused on our loved ones, maybe we could spread the loving kindness a little further. Maybe we could spread it out further in Blackburn, York, Leeds, Sheffield, wherever you're from. You could maybe see the loving kindness spreading like a sunshine, like a light around your community, around your town centres, around the schools, the hospitals, the streets, the parks. And we're just encouraging that loving kindness outwards to everybody. Imagine what a world we'd have if we could nourish everybody with loving kindness. If everybody had their own safe space where they could just sit, make contact with the body and the breath, breathe in the kindness from the universe, and then pass it on to others. Imagine if that loving kindness could heal nature, could heal the animals, from the big animals like elephants who are endangered to the small animals that we might not even consider. Tiny ants, water skaters, tadpoles, from big to small, to microscopic. We're just spreading that loving kindness out to everybody who needs it. And we all need it. Everybody has doubts, concerns. We have things where we feel we've been slighted or wronged. That loving kindness, let it just sweep it away on the tide. Let it just take it away. We don't need to get caught up in stories. We don't need to force anything. It's all very natural and gentle. It's the flow of the universe. It ebbs and it flows. It waxes, it wanes. Forever changing, but always there. It's there to support us. We can open up to it any time. We just need to sit down with the intention, open our hearts as a channel, We're not creating the loving kindness, we're just receiving it from the universe and giving it back out. We're not forcing anything. We're not creating anything in our minds. Just taking in the breath and letting it go. So now we can start to let go of the practice. Let's just sit for a couple of minutes, check in with ourselves, just checking in with our body, letting go of any tension that's arisen, letting ourselves relax, feel soft, feel open. We can benefit from the fruits of this meditation and ask ourselves, how do I feel now? Hopefully you feel relaxed, and hopefully you feel nourished and refreshed. How do I feel? And when you're ready, you can start to hear the sounds in the room, bringing back your senses, opening your eyes slowly, starting to wriggle your fingers, your toes, and come back to the room, the sights, the sounds, the smells. So I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to sit on if you want. And thank you, Helen. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, feel free to sit on if you want. Thank you, Lynn. And I'll be back tomorrow. So as I say, I'm covering while Shaki Padar's away and while Joe's on retreat. So you will have them back next week. Although I think you have the treat of me again on Monday, so you've got me consecutively for 3 days. So anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely day. Go gently into the day, look after yourselves and take care. And just remember, give yourself that loving kindness. We're all good enough and we all deserve it. Thank you, Stuart. And Stuart's saying he hopes everybody has a great day. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. And thank you, Chris. So I'll see you tomorrow morning and take care. Okay, bye-bye.